Peace, love, and light, family, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, welcome. If you don't know how this works, it is a general reading. Everything won't resonate. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember that the roles are interchangeable, so place yourself and everybody in your story where you see fit. Only you know where they belong, okay? Also, keep in mind that we all have both masculine and feminine energies. So if I pull up a card and there's a woman on it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is pertaining only to a woman. It could be a man in his feminine energy, okay? This is all energy. You guys, in the pre-shuffle, gratitude seems to be the theme, okay? For those of you, this is a new moon in Taurus, okay? So new moons are all about manifestation, setting intentions, okay, and getting clear about what it is that you desire. And what I'm picking up is a very strong energy of gratitude, where Spirit wants to remind you not to forget the small things, the subtle things that God gives us, the gifts that God bestows upon us that we sometimes may overlook because they are the smaller things. For example, like breath and breathing, such a small overlooked thing that if we did not have it, we would not be here. Be grateful, not just to God, but to those around you. Some of you at this juncture in your life might still be holding on to certain things from the past. You may have experienced some sort of hardship or something that was maybe very traumatic for you, and you've been in the process of healing that. But Spirit wants to remind you, be grateful even for those things. Be grateful for the lessons. Be grateful for the experience, because it brought you to where you are today. The wisdom that you now have is a result, a collection of all of those past experiences, even where you feel like there were mistakes, right? Mistakes are just information gathering, okay? There's always something to be grateful for. And so that might be just for one or two of you, but if there's something from your past that you keep going back to, sit with it, allow those feelings to come up, process it, and then release it. For some of you, this might be a conversation that you have to have with someone so that you can close out a chapter, or maybe gain some clarity or closure within a conversation. However, keep in mind that sometimes you don't get to have that conversation with people, right? Maybe you ended things off on a bad note and you just not, it's best not to communicate with the person, or you're not communicating with them anymore. In this case, it's perfectly fine to have a conversation with God and give it to God, literally, like it, cast your burdens upon the Lord, right? So even if that's like your complaints, things that you have inside of you, if you can't have that closure, if you can't get that closure from the specific person who you desire it from, allow yourself to release it to God. Some of you may do that in the form of journaling as well. Write a letter as if you are writing it to that individual, and then either burn it or, bury it in the backyard, but as a way to release it. You don't actually have to have that physical conversation to release that, to find your closure, okay? So yeah, let's get into it. Let's continue with that energy. I call Divine Creator Source into the reading to guide and protect me, to assist me with delivering these messages to the collective as best as possible. I also call my spirit guides and all of the archangels into this reading. Spirit, what is the overall energy for this new moon in Taurus? Thank you. Yeah, community. This has been a thing too, okay? A lot of you are calling in your vibe tribe, or you're going to be making new connections, people who are vibrating on your same frequency, because you have stepped into a new timeline, because many of you are just not resonating with the people who were around you when you were the old you, because you are not that person anymore. And that is, I feel like this is a time where that is becoming more real for people, right? the collective is starting to see things, okay? See deeper, see beyond. And so you're starting to notice things that you didn't notice before. And some of that may include the people around you. You realizing, okay, you know, like, I don't enjoy this anymore. And it's no hard feelings, right? It's not because you don't love those people, but you feel a distance, and it is an energetic distance. It's funny because I just did a video on this, and I'm gonna post it tomorrow morning on here on YouTube. So yeah, so I feel like that is for a lot of you, while others of you are just, you know, really trying to call in with Imagine, you know, the people who are in alignment with you, right? Some certain this road, this journey of enlightenment, and the journey to our higher self, and the journey of consciousness awakening, it can be very lonely. And so I feel like Spirit is going to assist you. The universe is going to assist you by bringing you the community and the people that you need to help support you during this time in your life. And also, some of you may find that you are being called to action, right? Called to see how you can contribute to the collective during this time, okay? Remember that before anything can come to fruition, you have to see it in your mind's eye. It has to happen on the 5D before it materializes, okay? A deep knowing. And there are these instances where you feel like, oh, I feel this calling, or I feel called to a specific group or instance. And that's what this is about. This is when you feel that there is a connection that's just divinely orchestrated, or it just feels very much in alignment. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be making new friends. That era of no new friends is over, is donezo, okay? We're all about new friends. We're all about new frequencies. We're all about vibrating with those who are vibrating on our frequency or higher, okay? That's what we're trying to do, okay? So many of you are going to be feeling that, right? A change in the wind. Yeah, so a lot of times when I see this, this can be like my Tower card, right? Where something is shifted, something has changed, and it could happen sporadically, right? Just you're not expecting this. But for many of you, I feel is that you're finally starting to see the change within yourself. You're starting to feel the change, okay, within yourself. However, with the zebra here, it does remind me, you know, like, you can't change a zebra's stripes, okay? So some of you might find that, look, if you get around someone with this community card and you feel like, I know this kind of pattern, like, you know, this is something that seems familiar, and you have like that deep knowing, you have that intuition that tells you that you know, someone who comes back from the past, let's say, doesn't change. It's like, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. You can't change a zebra's stripes, right? They are who they are. And so for some of you, I think, you know, you may experience some sort of situation like that. I'm going to look further into that because I want to clarify it. Yeah. You are in the process of a transition right now, right? And I've said this is the energy right now, is that you're in the process of becoming. So things won't really always, things are not really gonna make so sense to you right now, okay? I think this is a time that Spirit is really urging you to feel more than you think. However, don't allow your head to be so up in the clouds that you are not grounded. With this being a new moon in Taurus, it's important for you to ground your dreams, ground your desires by actually making an active effort and putting in the work toward the things that you want to accomplish. That means actually doing the footwork, putting foot to pavement and get moving on your goals, right? Whether it be that you got to make a phone call, that you got to write a letter, that you got to respond to an email, whatever that is, ground it, because you don't want to be living in a fantasy world. Yes, we can. This is how it starts. It starts in the imagination. It starts in the 5D, but then you got to actually do the footwork. And that's what, you know, earth energy is all about. So yeah, you are in between two worlds. And I do feel like this change in the wind is exactly that. Collective, is that things are already, you're moving already, you know, things, I can't even say like, oh, things are about to change. No, things are literally changing as we speak. The change is occurring, okay? And so yeah, you may feel a little unsettled because you don't really know where you're going right now, right? Because you're becoming unfinished symphony. Yes, this is that energy from the past that I was saying. Like someone from your past may turn up during this time. And, you know, when it comes to cycles that you've closed out, again, if you have already been through something, you know who they are. Don't try to unsee what you already saw. Okay, they showed you who they were. Believe them. But also with this unfinished symphony, since you're in the process in this transition, as I was saying, grounding that energy so that you can put foot to pavement, so that you can get things done. With a change in the wind, it's like some of you need to change certain things about how you're managing your projects, right? Make sure that you're completing what you start. Make sure that you are crossing your T's, dotting your I's. Finish what you start, even if that means that you have to pay off a debt, finish a book, whatever it is. Make sure that you are seeing things through to completion, because right now you're speaking to the universe through your actions, okay? Through your energy and actions, right? Truth be told. So yeah, I feel like that's also about getting honest with yourself about where you are. There may be an area. I mean, look, nobody's perfect, right? We all lack in certain areas. And so Spirit is really encouraging you to notice, take a moment to pause, do some meditation, do grounded meditation. This is a great time for you to do root chakra meditation. Meditation that will ground you. Stand in barefoot in the grass if you're able to do that and it's not still cold outside. The days have been nice, but it's still a little chilly over here in New Jersey. But if you're able to do that, yeah, stand outside barefoot. But with this truth be told, again, this is, you know, be careful of what people show you. You are gonna start you're gonna start to see people's masks fall off, okay? You're gonna start to see people for who they really are. And again, once they show you who they are, baby, believe them, okay? One more, please. Thank you. The observer. Yeah, look, I can't make this up, okay? So pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people that you are engaging with, the people that are coming into your life, and also the people that are leaving your life. Because I do feel like, you know, you may have, this might be for just one or two of you. Excuse me. I feel like some of you may have some issues with your throat chakra as well. You may need to have a conversation. Okay, maybe this is something that you're calling in or something that someone else is calling in, but during this time, if you feel called to have a conversation, to be honest about something, do that, so long as that's not going to hinder your progress and, you know, you're not going to hurt anybody. If you're able to do that, fine, but speak your feelings. Don't be afraid to say how you feel. Don't be afraid to stand firm, you know, in your beliefs. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we do have building blocks, again, because this is a prime time for your actions as well as your energy combined are sending out messages to the universe. Make sure that what you're doing is in alignment with what you want to create and what you manifest and what you want to manifest, because right now this is like a prime time. The universe is like super receptive right now. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Make sure that what you're doing is in alignment with what you want. Okay. With this observer energy, you know, I do feel like if you've been going hard on a certain project or a certain thing, it may be time for you to take a break, to pull back a little bit, just to give yourself some time to refill your cup, okay? Because, excuse me, you know, sometimes you get so caught up in something that you're so submerged in it that you don't see the way things have changed. You don't see certain things. And so I feel like this card is really indicating step back for a moment, have a look at the bigger picture, because there might be something that you're missing, or something that Spirit is really trying to point out to you, so that you are able to see exactly what it is, right? Okay. That was good there. That was good there. That was good there. You know what? No, let me, Spirit is guiding me to, I don't want this to be too long. I'm going to pull from the Moonology deck, though. Things are changing, though, you know. There's something, there's this energy in the air of something really coming in, really beautiful. What is the energy, Spirit, for this new moon in Taurus? Energy, energy for this, thank you. You and your loved ones are safe, and this is a new moon in Cancer. Okay. A time for healing. Yeah, I feel, you know, and this, again, for whoever this is for, I feel like some of you might be struggling with closing out a cycle, and it's like you can feel and you know that that's it, that it's this cycle, it's time to close this out. And it's like, this is like you're in the final phase of it. I keep using the word remnants, because it's like, this is just like the little pieces, the little particles that are lingering. You know how when you sweep your house and you get the dustpan and there's still like a little bit of dust, and you got to go, like what I usually do is I wet a napkin and I squeeze it, and I use the napkin to wipe up the rest of like the dirt that's on the floor. And I feel like that's what this is, for some of you, where it's like, this is a moment for you to really get honest with yourself about things that need to close out. Okay, whoa, a win-win outcome is forecast, and and believe in the impossible. Excuse me. Oh my God, somebody's throat chakra is blocked. Like, for whoever this is for, hop into meditation and do a throat chakra clearing, because my throat was absolutely fine. Okay, but I feel like somebody here may have something to say, and they just haven't been able to find the way to say it, to have a conversation, or say something, speak some sort of truth, communicate somehow, and something's holding them back. Clear out that throat chakra. Okay, I do see with believe in the impossible and a win-win forecast is at hand. It's like, this is Libra energy again, full moon in Libra, and a blue moon. So I feel like some of you are trying to manifest something, and that's in the process of coming to fruition for you, and that's like a miracle. Like, I literally heard Spirit right now say manifesting miracles. Miracles has been a big it's just, that word has been very present for me, and I do feel like we're in a time of miracles. So if there's something that you desire, and you still have like these limiting beliefs, it's important for you to release those limiting beliefs. And keep in mind that everything that is limiting, you have to relinquish control, give it to God, because I feel like right now what's standing in the way, what might be causing you some friction or some delay, is the way that you are thinking about a situation or thinking about something that you want. It's like you might be putting in the footwork, you might be praying about it, but you're not really faithful about it, right? You're nervous, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, I don't know if I'm worthy. And so Spirit is saying, let go of those limiting beliefs, right? I am not enough, I don't have enough, I'm not really creative, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this enough. So there's someone here who's having, like, be mindful of how you're talking to yourself. Okay, be mindful of the things that you say to yourself, because God, the universe, here's that. It doesn't matter what you're showing on the outside. What matters is what's going on the inside. And so you are blocking your own blessings. You're blocking, your own manifestations. Believe in the impossible, because this is the kind of energy that's here right now. A blue moon, it's like once in a lifetime. This is a miracle. This is something that you feel like, okay, this can't possibly happen. It's going to happen, but you have to release those limiting beliefs. Stop telling yourself that something is not possible. Stop trying to find, the reasons why something won't happen for you. Okay, bottom of the deck, we do have meditate and contemplate. Okay, so Again, that's about hopping into meditation, giving yourself some time to both find the balance, right? So find the balance between your imagination, the 5D, and then grounding that and actually doing something about it. Tell the universe what you want. Create the vision board. Do the journaling. Do the meditation exercises to clear your crown chakra, clear your third eye, communicate with source. But then there's the actual groundwork that needs to be done, okay? Whether that is, some of you might be, want to start a business and you haven't maybe gotten your LLC, right? You start there, make it an LLC, do whatever it is that you have to do for that. Some of you might be wanting to apply for a business loan. You want a business and you're good, but you haven't taken out the time to apply for the business loan. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you feel like, oh, my credit is not good enough. I've been working on it, but it's not really the best, and I don't think that they'll approve me. Stop limiting yourself. You are putting those blocks in your way. And so it's like, look at all of the ways that something can happen for you. All of, you know how somebody says like, well, what if it doesn't work out? Well, what if it does? That's kind of thing, the cup half full and not half empty. That's the energy right now, okay? Okay. No, Spirit is telling me to leave them on there. I want to pick them up because everything becomes so messy. I don't want it to be messy, but we're gonna let go of control. And that little part of me, the little side person that's a little OCD, because it's not me. It's the person that lives on the left shoulder. That's like a little OCD. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective during this new moon in Taurus? What messages? Messages for, up here. Messages for the collective during this new moon in Taurus. Thank you. The King of Swords, yeah, so communication coming through, okay? Using your head for things, being logical, being responsible, being organized. That is the King of Swords energy. The King of Swords does not play. The King of Swords is very black and white. Get it right, all right? Like my brother says, get it tight and get it right. So tighten up, all right? So, oh my gosh, the Empress. Yeah, so lots of good things coming in. This is things coming to fruition, right? So the seeds that we've planted are starting to sprout. Okay, the Empress is all about things coming to fruition, things that are going to make us very, very happy. So there might be some communication that comes in. That makes you really happy. Something that's gonna maybe solidify something for you, something that you've been waiting for. Judgment. Also, like confirming that there is a message that somebody here has been waiting for. Maybe you've been waiting to hear about money or from a loved one about something. And it could be it could be court papers, it could be some sort of contract or something that you've been waiting to hear about. And during this time that comes in. But also, again, if that's something that you're waiting for, then ask the universe, and the universe will deliver. Allow the universe to deliver. Have faith that the universe will deliver, that God will deliver, right? Judgment is also about second chances, okay? So again, I'm still feeling that communication that may come in from someone from your past. It could be just something that you've been waiting for a while, like I said, that comes in. Also, what I'm getting from Judgment is also travel. So it may be a message regarding traveling. You might have to travel. Maybe some of you are doing traveling, but I'm not going to take this. This is the Four of Cups. But Spirit said it doesn't matter because Spirit is saying doesn't pertain to this reading. So, but back to the Judgment card here. Don't worry about what anybody got to say about you. Do what you got to do for you and stay focused on whatever it is that you're trying to create. Everybody's always going to have an opinion. Don't worry about other people's opinions about you. If you're trying to create something, you got to get into the flow of doing what's best for you and not worrying about who has something negative to say or not. People are always going to find something to say, okay? Just focus on what you're doing and stay focused on yourself. Yeah, the Five of Swords. It's like maybe somebody, this is energy that you're going to be talked about, but I do feel like there's someone from your past who wants to communicate with you, who wants to be honest with you about something, who maybe you cut this person out in the past because they weren't honest, because they were dishonest, or they caused a lot of confusion, and it could have been somebody who was also selfish. Okay, tell me more, Spirit, about this energy. I'm going to take that. The Hermit fell out. Yeah, so this is about grounding yourself, and communicating to the universe what it is that you want. The Ace of Wands is like, look, when you get the idea, when you have that spark of inspiration, go get it. There's no time like the present. Pursue it. Pursue whatever it is. I feel like we have already done the 5D manifesting, right? We've got that down packed. We've spent time by ourselves in solitude, communicating with source, communicating with the universe. And now it's time to put action, right? Get going. Here she is, and she's literally, when I see this is like she's dancing to her own tune. And I feel like some of you might have to disconnect from other people to spend time by yourself, not just to be hopped in meditation, but to dedicate the time that you need to dedicate to your passion or your purpose. Take the time out to get things done. With this Unfinished Symphony card, it's like, get rid of distractions. Because for some of you, I feel like, yeah, things haven't been completed because you have a lot of distractions. The Knight of Swords, yeah, people coming into your energy, pulling at you. And so you are unable to really dedicate time to yourself. The Page of Pentacles is here. You're unable to dedicate the time to planning, to setting out, actually, mapping things out. The Page of Pentacles is a messenger, but this is also about like taking the beginning steps to, toward a dream, a desire, or a purpose. And this is about getting grounded. The Knight of Swords is like, you could be thinking, and in your mind everything is happening so fast, but it's very high level. You haven't really grounded any of your thoughts. And so this is the Page of Pentacles. It's like, okay, this is the start. So get started already. You had the spark, you had the inspiration. Now it's time to do something about it, to get moving. Spirit, please clarify the Judgment card here. Ooh, the Star. So I feel like Divine, you got 3 major arcana here already. I feel like Divine is stepping in. This is something that somebody's been praying for, and that's happening. What am I saying? Ground yourself, right? Look at her hands. As above, so below. As within, so without. Our world, our reality is a manifestation of what's happening inside of us, right? Our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. So what is going on? What are you telling yourself? If you want to create something, what conversations are you having with yourself? As above, so below. Meaning, yes, you can manifest and do all of these things. I just said this, but you have to ground yourself. You have to ground the work, and that is going to come to fruition. There's a wish here that's coming true, but you're going to have to take action, right? The Strength card is about having confidence to move forward with something, right? Don't hold back anymore. Let the world see you. The Wheel of Fortune says luck is on your side and things are shifting. There are things that are going to happen unexpectedly, and we are literally in the midst of divine timing. All right, things are starting. The wheel is turning. Okay, somebody here is going to come into either major money or just major abundance here. Okay, bottom of the deck, yes, the Three of Cups says you're going to be able to experience like a celebration or some sort of recognition for whatever it is that you have been working on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana here. Yeah. And I don't know if I said this already, but remember to be grateful. Be grateful for all of the small things that you already have in your life, because that is how you continue to manifest. The Emperor is Aries energy, but this is a very grounded energy, okay? The Emperor is set. You got an Empress and an Emperor. Some of you honestly are going to be coming into union with people. Some of you are going to be traveling. Some of you are going to be moving. Like, this has been major, moving from what I've been saying this for the longest, and this is the energy. Some of you are waiting to hear about a home. Maybe your home got approved, or an apartment or something, and you are going to be receiving a message from that makes you really happy, and you're going to be moving. With the Emperor and the Empress here, this is a divine these are divine counterparts. This is the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which means that many of you are going to be coming into union, and some of you are single right now and have no clue, maybe don't even have an interest, right? Because you're dancing to your own tune. You're busy over here like the star. You're healing, you're working on yourself. And then the Wheel of Fortune says, I have something for you, something that you're not expecting. But since you've been so focused on yourself and you've been doing all of this work, I know, because God knows your heart, right? That you are calling in love, right? You are manifesting the things that your heart desires, of which part of that is love. And I feel like you're going to be coming into union. Some of you, this could be, place yourself where you see fit, okay? But I feel like for those of you who are coming into union with your divine counterparts, you could be meeting somebody who is very financially stable, like they got money. Okay, this could be you, collective. You could be somebody who's very stable. And I feel like in this situation, you balance each other out. You are, what that person is lacking, you have, and vice versa. And I feel like when this happens, again, when these two find each other, they know. They know, like, oh yeah, you're different. I'm different. I know I'm different, right? They each know, they know their roles too, okay? This is somebody, if you are the divine feminine and you are looking for the divine masculine, or not looking, but you are calling in your divine masculine, know that this person is going to have everything that you need, that safety, that security, those leadership skills, right? Is going to know how to lead without force, just naturally. Their presence is going to be alpha, right? A leader. And if you are the divine masculine looking or waiting on your divine feminine, you are going to sense that this person is intuitive and is loving and nurturing. It's just going to feel, it's going to flow. You're going to feel that connection, that harmony between the two. That is beautiful. Yeah, but definitely, I feel like this, are these backwards? Yes, they are. Bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. Yeah. So back to that traveling. I feel like some of you are going to be traveling. Maybe some of you are planning vacations, and on those vacations is where you suddenly sporadically meet someone, because I feel like this happens unexpectedly. Like, you're not expecting this. You know, you're not paying attention to this. You're focused on your own bag. You're focused on yourself. You're focused on your own healing, your own creativity. You got your own things going on. But I do feel like you're calling in your counterpart and they're on their way. And so in those travels, you're gonna encounter somebody that you're really gonna connect with. For those of you who are not looking for love, then this is a partnership in business. Somebody that just, you know, matches you have the same goals, you have the same mindset, like you're on the same page, and this person is going to help you take your business to the next level, take your career to the next level. So these are opportunities that are presenting themselves that are gonna help you to continue to elevate and grow. With the Chariot here, and now I see the Six of Swords. Yes, some of you are moving. Like, you could be in a place right now and you could be really comfortable, and I feel like for many of you, that's going to change, because I feel like you're being asked to step into this new life that you've been working for and praying for. And now is the time. Spirit is saying it's now or never, right? This window of opportunity is open, where the universe, look, is, I can't make this up. The Four of Wands, the universe is assisting you, is supporting you, and providing you with the community to help support this transition. So again, some of you are going to be moving, and it's going to be really successful. Like it's going to benefit you and your purpose in such a beautiful way. The Four of Wands is also about union. So again, if you are in a relationship, and maybe that relationship, it could have been with that the Six of Swords and the King, the King of Swords. Maybe you experience, and the Five of Swords, some miscommunication, some arguments. It's been a little rocky. This situation here with that relationship, the energy is going to begin to shift. But there's a conversation that you need to have, and you need to be honest with the person. You need to be clear about your expectations, okay? And also be willing to receive what you're dishing out, right? So we have to be open to receiving and listening to understand, not listening to respond. So that may be for one or two of you that are in here. But there is a decision that you're going to have to make. And I feel like this decision has to do with you transitioning somewhere else to collaborate with other people, or come together with a divine counterpart. I'm going to stop here with the Sun. I do see the Devil, but I'm not taking that. I feel like this is more about what we want, right? Manifesting our desires, because the Sun is at the bottom of the deck saying, listen, you are on the right path. This is a yes. If some of you are wondering whether or not to take a job opportunity somewhere else, and you're like, I don't know if I should go. I don't know if this is the right thing for me. Spirit is saying, yes, go. Take the opportunity and go, because it is going to benefit you. The Sun is one of the best cards in the deck. You have so many major arcana cards here that says that things are being divinely orchestrated for you. This is chess, and the universe is moving around the pieces to help you win. And so again, the window of opportunity is very small and it's short, okay? So take the opportunity. It's now or never. For some of you, I get that there are fears, right? Fears of leaving the comfort zone. And that's what I feel that this is about as well. And I say that, and I do see the Eight of Cups, right? So walking away from the things, even though you may be in a very comfortable space and things may be very comfortable for you. She's got these 8 cups. She's got all these cups here, but she's walking away from those 8 cups. These 8 cups make us comfortable because we already have so much, right? So how do I walk away from everything that I already have for this new world? Well, that requires you trusting your intuition, trusting the process, and trusting that God is going to provide all of the things that you need on this journey that you have to take, because you have to take the risk. You have to take the leap in order to reap this new life. The World card says the cycle that you went through for the past 10 years, that cycle is officially closed, but you have to step into that power and that purpose. You're going to have to make that very tough decision to leave that comfort zone and move toward your happiness, move towards the sun, move toward your passion, your purpose, your stability, this whole new life that is waiting for you with the Empress and the Emperor here. This is the power couple. This is the foundation. This is entrepreneurship at its finest. This is abundance, okay? So that is going to require you to trust in the universe, to trust your intuition, to allow Spirit to guide you, release control, and know that everything is happening for you. It is working out for you. Even if that means that you have to leave that comfort zone, and you've been so good in this space, it's reasonable, right, to have those fears like, I'm so good, although you know that you want more, you know that you're meant for more, but in order for you to get that, you got to get from here to there. So that Eight of Cups says, release what is no longer serving you, even if it makes you comfortable, okay? I hope this brought you all some clarity. I hope that you resonated with the message. If you did, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know how. If you enjoyed the reading, please give me a thumbs up. It does help the channel, and hopefully you'll consider subscribing. If you're interested in a personal reading or my social media, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. Yeah, I love you all so much. Happy new moon. Don't forget to do your new moon rituals, do your new moon journaling, okay? Do your meditation, hop into those root chakra grounded meditations. And yeah, I love you all, sending you loads of peace, love, and light.